Welcome to the Regina Industry Education Council Career Spotlight, featuring front house manager Kayla Remple with the Harbor Golf Club in Elbow. Learn the day-to-day duties and required training of this career within the hospitality sector. If you're watching this video, please fill in the short survey on the RDIEC website for a chance to win a $50 gift card and give us some valuable feedback. Welcome to our Spotlight. I'm here with Kayla. So Kayla, tell me about yourself. How did you get into the role?
I got a job at a high school at a restaurant and then ended up working my way here to Elbow. Got a job here and then I've been here for 8 years now.
Nice. And so what is your title?
Front of house manager.
Oh, front house manager. And what does that all entail?
Scheduling the servers, hiring and firing them, training them, working alongside them, ordering everything for the restaurant from portion cups to liquor, kind of a little bit of everything.
Cool. What kind of education training do you have?
I finished high school and then basically just got trained on the job kind of from when I started.
Are there any training programs you'd recommend to someone who's thinking about this career?
Not that I know of. I feel like it's mostly kind of you get a job and you learn as you go because a lot of places are different than other ones. Every restaurant's kind of different. You learn different things from kind of how they run things.
That's good. So let's go back to your duties. What are your duties as a manager as opposed to just a server?
So that would be hiring and firing the servers, training them on the job. So usually they get like a 2 week where they follow me around and I kind of show them where everything is, how to do everything, scheduling them, dealing with the customers. Sometimes, it's like you get a bad customer and they're like, oh, talk to Kayla. So,
yes, they default to you.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about the equipment that you would use.
We don't use too much equipment, mostly a coffee maker, some keggerators, not too much.
What about how do you take your orders?
Oh yes, iPads.
iPad. And so do you have to train your staff on how to use those?
Yes, so those are actually new to this year. So I had to build the program first, put all the buttons in and program it to our menu specifically, and then train them how to use it.
So every time there's a menu change?
Yep, every time there's a menu change, you gotta wipe them all out and readjust it all.
Neat. And so how does that system work? So does it have like a series of tables and then goes to the restaurant? How does that work?
Yep, so on the main screen I built out a map layout that looks exactly like what our restaurant looks like, and then you just click the table and then our menu pops up. Basically it's kind of laid out the same as what our menu looks like, and then you pick it and then you can modify it if people are like no pickles, no onions, all that kind of stuff you can put right in there. And then all the drinks shoot over to our bartender who can start making them while you're still at the table. And then the food orders go right to the kitchen so they can start those right away.
Nice. What are some of your unknown duties?
We do a lot of staff meetings. We do a weekly events meetings. We do quite a few events. So we kind of go over like what happened last week, what's going to happen this week. And then we also do a manager meeting every month to go over kind of like the overall building with the golf included and how everything's going and what we can improve on.
So what kind of events? Things like weddings or?
Yep, tons of weddings, lots of golf tournaments. So they go over and they eat a lot of food. We also have like little anniversaries or family reunions.
So then you have to order extra for that.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of advance notice do you have to give for your orders?
Not too much because our orders come pretty often. So food, I think they can get orders like twice a week. Liquor, we get it about once a week.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So what's the most rewarding aspect of your job?
The most rewarding. I'm not even sure. Training, it's cool to see how people progress because a lot of the people that work here are pretty young. So they kind of start out and it's a lot of their first jobs. So it's kind of neat to see them in the beginning and then see how they grow as people in the end of the year. And then it's nice to see them come back the next year after.
And what are some stressors or challenges?
Difficult customers is a big one. Some people are pretty crazy. Scheduling can sometimes be a problem when you're really busy in the summer, and a lot of the young kids don't want to work in the summer. So sometimes it's like, oh, I'm sick because I don't want to work this summer. But that's probably the biggest stresses.
So what kind of salary or wages would someone expect in a manager role?
So it depends how you start, because I started as a server, so I started minimum wage and then kind of worked my way up. Not sure what you would start at if you just started right into managing, but usually goes up every year. You kind of get a little more.
So what would be a range of, let's say, wages for a...
Probably like $20,000 to $30,000 a year,
Right.
depending.
So do they charge like per hour? Is it a...
Yeah, it's hourly.
So
And then it's kind of a little different out here in a small town too, because I still serve a little bit and make tips. So it's kind of like serving and managing together, but maybe in the city or something, you'd be strictly managing, so you probably get a little more money.
Right. And would that be $20 an hour, do you think? Or...
Yeah, probably 20, 25.
Okay, good. Are there opportunities in the field, or what do you see in the service industry there?
Yeah, there's always opportunities to move up in your place of work, whether it be staying in the food or like moving to a different section in your job, or you talk to a lot of people, so you learn of new opportunities through people as well. You learn a lot of new things talking to so many people a day. So
good. And so how is your work-life balance?
It's long days, yep, but it's not too bad. Usually like 8-hour days.
And do you work mostly seasonal?
Mostly seasonal, mostly evenings and weekends. That's like the busiest times of the year.
Good. I can't think of anything else. So thanks for doing this, Kayla.
No
That
problem.
was awesome.